residents of several towns in Kenya have experienced tremors following an earthquake that occurred this evening some 89 kilometers south of Dar es Salaam. Now, the U.S. Geological Service said the earthquake, which occurred some minutes after 8 p.m., had a preliminary magnitude of about 6.0. There were no immediate reports of damage or injuries, though the shaking was widely felt across the region. People near the epicenter reported that the quake came in two waves. First, there was around 8 to 10 seconds of vibration, and then a second long shock. We're now joined by Gladys Kianji. She's a lecturer at the University of Nairobi, and she's also a seismologist. Gladys, if you can hear me, thank you for joining us this evening on Jeff Kanange Live. Tell me, what does a 6.0 earthquake mean to us?
That is the size of the earthquake.
Yeah, what's the magnitude? What kind of damage can that do, Gladys?
It depends on the location where the earthquake has occurred. And in this case, it's offshore. So the damage is expected to be minimum.
So the tremors we were feeling from Mombasa Island to Voi and even as far as Turkana in some parts, was that just the aftershocks?
It is a wave that is traveling through the ground, but I don't expect that it was felt in Canada. But it should have been felt in the coastal region and the areas around southeastern Kenya.
Yeah. Tell me something, Gladys. If this earthquake happened in the ocean, what are the implications?
The size is not very large, so we don't expect a tsunami, but would expect some flooding along the coastline. But no tsunami, because by now the tsunami should have occurred.
Okay, and if it happened on land, what kind of damage are we talking, especially in the Dar es Salaam area? On buildings, on structures?
Yes, if it occurred within or very close to a highly populated and constructed area, we would expect damage to buildings. If they are not well constructed to be able to withstand a magnitude 6.0.
Okay, Gladys, for someone who wouldn't have no idea about an earthquake, I've never felt it. I mean, is this common around there? I mean, is this along the fault lines?
Yes, we have many fault lines, and that's just one of them. We have many earthquake sources within the East African region, including within the Kenya Rift in Kenya itself.
And what would trigger an earthquake like this of 6.0 magnitude? What would trigger it?
We have fault lines which are moving once in a while due to tectonic movement and magmatic movement in the ground. So this is what makes the plates move. We call them tectonic plates. Yes.
What's the worst damage? Could it lead to more aftershocks? This 6.0, could there be more aftershocks? Should people expect that in the coming hours throughout the night?
There could be, but they are likely to be smaller than that. But not tonight. I cannot rule it out that it will not be tonight, but it can. It is possible, but they might be of lower magnitude. Some not even felt. We are continuously recording earthquakes of smaller magnitude in most of these areas.
And if I could ask you what the difference is between an earthquake and an earth tremor, what would you say, Gladys?
The shaking is the tremor. But the language we use is the earthquake. Everything is an earthquake. But when you feel the shaking itself, then that is the movement. That is what people mostly refer to as the tremor. And tremors are mostly fairly small, while the quakes are large.
If you were to give someone any advice in case it happens again, because a lot of people were calling me saying they were sitting in a room, let's say watching TV, and the furniture started shaking. What's the first thing one should do other than run out of the house?
First, it depends on where you are. The best thing is move to an area where there are where nothing is likely to follow you. Because what kills people is actually the buildings and the items around the area they are in. If you are outside, you are safe because nothing is going to fall on you. The earthquake will come and go. So the best thing is look for a place that is likely not to collapse, maybe close to a farm pillar. If you are close to an exit, just go out and stay outside until the wave leaves or goes across and leaves. Because it moves. It moves like a train. It's like a trail. And it moves on and to other, as the energy is reduced.